This is India Rose from the Pearl Girls. I have a reknot sitting here from Minnesota. Caitlin in Minnesota mailed this to us, and this is a real classic reknot, so I really wanted to show it to you so you can see the clasp is intact and the whole strand, and then we have this one little loose thread and then the little lone pearl that went on there and attached to the clasp. Okay, some real important fun lessons about this necklace. This is a very, very common repair job that we get a lot of these. What happens when people, a lot of pearl knotters, including ourselves, how we reknot a strand is we put a knot, we put a knot, we put a knot, we go all the way up, we loop up through the clasp and put the last knot in between the very last pearl and the second pearl. So that, if that knot comes untied, which a lot of people when they mail us in their repairs, you know, from other companies, that's a lot of where it's come apart because basically that final knot has become untied. The other important thing to know is we never attach metal to thread. So it's kind of difficult to see here. I'll snap a little photo. The silk here was tied to the clasp. That makes for a very weak point. So that typically, that's not the way we do it, and that's typically a very big breaking point. Metal rubbing against thread can cause that thread to break, okay? Good, important thing to know. The last thing, the reason I really wanted to create this video is because Caitlin said, I can't decide if I want to reknot this strand or not. A lot of you say that. You'll mail us this and we'll have this tiny little tail here and you'll say, I don't really want to reknot the whole strand. It was just reknotted, or I just bought it, or that kind of thing. Well, you know, it's pretty much close to impossible for us to take this tiny little piece of thread and reattach it to the clasp. In fact, the little clasp piece is missing, but I basically contacted Caitlin and said, we're gonna have to reknot the strand. First of all, it needs to be done properly to just ensure the longevity of it. Second of all, we have done for women before where we will re-put a different piece of silk thread, we'll tie it to the clasp. But that's not a quality job. I mean, when we do those sorts of accommodations for people, we're like, and we accept no liability when it comes to the longevity of your necklace, because that's just not the proper and high quality thing to do, to just kind of rig it together to help you do it. So, you know, this strand, in the end, it's $3 an inch to reknot it. She's gonna be able to wear it much longer than a year, which is how long this first original strand made it for her. It's gonna have a better attachment to the clasp. So all in all, it's a better choice she's making to just, you know, reknot the whole thing, not have us just rig something together to get her through the, you know, next year or so. So that's Caitlin's reknot from Minnesota. Thanks so much for listening. We're the Pearl Girls in Athens, Georgia, and we'll be happy to reknot or restring your jewelry for you too. Thanks. Bye-bye.